Hello everyone, this is Bryant with Amusement Source Media, and we are here on our next stop of Roller Coaster Road Trip 2024. We have headed just outside of Bloomington, Minnesota, just outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we are here at Valleyfair. So Valleyfair is one of the legacy Cedar Fair parks, and it opened in the 1970s. Now, when you think of the name Cedar Fair, you have Cedar, which is Cedar Point, and then you have Fair, which is Valleyfair. So we're actually at the second of that original Cedar Fair chain, the second park. Fun little kind of park hidden kind of off the beaten path, if you ask me. I know we're from Texas where things are really developed, but we're kind of out here, and seems like a quaint little place. Real easy to get into the parking lot. You know, Valleyfair nowadays is home to 8 roller coasters. They have a water park attached, and they have dozens of rides and attractions. So we're going to do a full walkthrough of Valleyfair, ride some of the rides, give you a tour, review things, and let you know what we think of Valleyfair. So let's head into the park. We've made our way into Valleyfair. Nice little entrance plaza. Looks like they're about to do Corn Fest. I love the Snoopy statue they've got out front here with all the little wood stocks. Looks like you got a little sweet shop over there too. I don't know what all these kids are doing up here, but this is a very like classic feeling Cedar Fair entrance. All right, we've turned left from the main entrance, so you've got a Caribou Coffee, which is interesting. I've never actually had that, being from Texas. And then, of course, I don't think any Cedar Fair park is complete without a Cinnabon and an Auntie Anne's. Looks like we got a Coca-Cola refresh station. They've already got quite a bit of stuff out for Corn Fest. You got a fudge and taffy shop over here. And I think we're going to... yeah, let's head up this way. First big ride we run into is North Star, which is like a big fun time swing tower. Looks awful familiar, doesn't it? And then we head over this way and you've got your classic Tilt-A-Whirl. Gosh, what was I about to say? But here it is called Tilter. And our next ride here is the Flying Eagles. This area, by the way, is called Route 76, which I think is a play on the year the park opened, which is a lot of fun. So a little bit of Americana, a little bit of Valleyfair history, all mixed in one. As we continue through the Route 76 section, you run into Scrambler. What's a theme park without a classic Scrambler ride? All right, beyond Scrambler is Delirious, which is like a fireball. That probably looks really familiar to some of our Six Flags friends. It's called Delirious. And then next to that is Steel Venom, which is an Intamin impulse coaster. And the cool thing about Steel Venom is even though it launches you back and forth, it actually has the holding brake on the back spike still intact. So watch this, it's gonna hold the train for just a second. Oh, that is goodness right there. Beautiful. I think this is going to be our first coaster of the day. And as you walk past Steel Venom, right across are the Antique Autos, which is a little classic antique car ride. extreme POV of the antique cars. Oh yeah, man, the grass on this ride is looking good. You know what I'm saying? There goes the red antique car in front of us. Oh, we're going this way. Longer than I thought it was. Got like a little fueling station here off to the right. Got to keep your car nice and fresh and fueled up, right? After a nice smooth sailing ride on the antique cars, you could always ride the menacing sky coaster, which is $20 per flyer. Looks like the last ride on the Route 76 is Northern Lights. Kind of looks like a disco type of ride, but it's got a hump in the middle. Unfortunately, it's closed right now, but looks like it could get a little crazy. All right, folks. So this little Route 76 section actually dead ends, and then you've got to head back over to the front of the park and go to the right to see the rest of everything. So that's what we're gonna do right now. All right, so in front of us is that Route 76 land. As we swing to the left, you can see the main entrance to the park. We've got like a midway stage over here, so I'm thinking we're about to enter like a midway area. But it looks like you've also got a train station over here. So if you want to get on the, let's see, Minnesota River Valley Railroad, you can do that right here. Yeah, so this section over here looks exactly like a games midway. All right, so we've come up on a ride here on this little midway area called the Super Cat. Man, this thing looks old school right here. As we continue down the pathway, you run into another theme park classic, which are the bumper cars. Oh yeah, these are like the full-scale, old-school bumper cars right here. All right, we're walking away from the bumper cars. If you want some Subway, you can do that here, it looks like. Looks like we've also got like a French fry stand. Lots of the Cornfest stuff. If this is your home park, I want to know in the comments below, what's Cornfest like? I'm very intrigued. Looks like we've got some booths. We've got some hanging corn stuff. Unfortunately, we're missing Cornfest by like, I don't know, 2 days or something. It's just like barely. Next up for rides is the Power Tower, which is kind of like the big skyline emblem here at Valleyfair. This is an S&S combo tower. And I think the most interesting thing, honestly, is that you've got to go over this crazy bridge to get to it. So yeah, this is absolutely insane to me, this bridge, and I guess it goes over the railroad track for the train we were talking about earlier. Now, one cool thing about this one is you can pick. Do you want to shoot up, space shot mode, or do you want to shoot down, turbo drop mode? And over here you've got the Extreme Swing, which is like an S&S Scream and Swing, but like a more tame version. One of the smaller ones, which is fine by me. And oh yeah, you can see them, there they go. Up the Power Tower. As we continue down this pathway, it looks like this is like the Galaxy Theater, like a larger indoor performance venue. They've got a fun corn photo op, Charlie's Sweet Corn there. We keep going, you run into coasters. Now, these Cedar Fair parks, they love their little hamburger diner places. Yeah, this seems kind of like the central, like, ultimate corn fest area, for sure. Oh, I like this over here, Atomic Drinks. What a cool stand. I'm a big fan of like the mid-century modern though, so It looks like during Cornfest, it's Atomic Corn and Cocktails. Looks like we got an arcade over here as well. All right, folks, it looks like we have come up on the park's biggest roller coaster, which is Wild Thing. There's the lift hill. You can't really see it from here. It did kind of wrap through that Route 76 area that we were in, but whew, all right, let's go do it. All right, y'all, we just finished up our ride on Wild Thing, and it was pretty wild. It wasn't too bad. Nice, tall roller coaster. Those first couple of hills, you get a little bit of airtime. There's a lot of kind of, not really like full helixing, but a little bit of helixing as you get over on the back end. And then you have your little airtime hills to finish it out through some tunnels and stuff. Lots of fun. Now, we've been on the Morgan at Dorney Park, and we've, of course, been on Steel Eel at SeaWorld San Antonio. This is one of the smoother experiences. Definitely a lot smoother than Steel Eel. I had a lot of fun. The other thing is they use their loose article bins the correct way. So when you're loading on a train, you put your stuff in one spot, they lock it up, they open it for the other train. So nice to know that your stuff is locked up while you're riding. As we exit out of Wild Thing, it looks like we are coming up on some Snoopy friends over here. I like this statue here of Snoopy with this like spinning tree. It's like, to me, it's like the most Snoopy thing ever, right? Right off the bat, we run into Snoopy versus Red Baron over here. Classic Red Baron ride. Oh, it's got water in the bottom. That's cool. All right, swing across this way. There we go. There's the sign. Planet Snoopy, front and center. I think we're gonna hold off going through Planet Snoopy. I think we might head towards the back of the park first. As we continue heading through, you start to get glimpses of the water park, which I don't think we're gonna do any kind of in-depth tour, but it looks like you just kind of go into the water park over here. It's just attached to everything. You do have some more midway games of skill over here as well. Oh, next up, it looks like we've got Mad Mouse, which is a wild mouse coaster, and I really don't want to do it, but I guess I kind of have to, huh? Here they come around. Wild mousing. Oh, man. They don't seem to really be like screaming in terror, which means it's probably not the worst thing ever, right? Yeah, probably not. Whoa. All right, folks, we have finished our Wild Mouse adventure. Definitely not the worst Wild Mouse I've been on by far. It's not too bad, it's pretty fun. I fit really well, which was nice though. But one thing about these is, you know, the loading and unloading, it's very tedious, very low capacity. So even that short line, I think we were waiting about 15 minutes. Right here to the left of the Northwoods Pizzeria is the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know if that's how they say it, but it's your classic Trabant casino themed. I feel like we're coming into like a Western section, because as we walk out of this area, the buildings have changed. Antique photography, so you can get like antique photos in there. Yeah, Western stuff. And then this red building here, Renegade Smokehouse, so some kind of barbecue restaurant, I would imagine. Looks pretty big in there. Oh yeah, this is a big old restaurant in here. Nice. I love the vantage point you get from over here though. You've got the power tower, the Mad Mouse, you can see some water slides, you can see the first drop of Wild Thing over there. And then over here is the entrance to the water park, which is called Soak City. And next up is one of the park's wooden roller coasters, Renegade, which you don't get a super good view of from over here. You just get that little turn over there and a little bit over here, and if you've never been here before, you kind of got to guess what comes next. Let's give it a ride. Just finished up our ride on Renegade, which is their bigger of the two wooden coasters. This was built by GCI, opened in 2007. It's pretty rattly. I liked the layout. It's compact, it's high speed. There's a lot of times where you're kind of out of your seat. Lots of twists and turns, but it's definitely a little bit on the rougher side. I could also just be getting older. I don't know, but that's probably a one and done for me. As we continue beyond Renegade, you can see Excalibur, which is their Aero roller coaster there in the background. Looks like we're going into a tunnel. So just a tunnel to get you over to Excalibur? I don't know. Oh, I think there's a Rapids ride over here as well. All right, yeah, so here on the right is Thunder Canyon, which is a Rapids ride. I definitely saw this from Renegade. Not open today, unfortunately, so we've made it to the entrance of Excalibur, where you can see the big sword that you've got to pull out. And there it goes up the lift hill. They've got a couple rides here that are pretty difficult to see from the pathways. They're kind of hidden back in the trees, and Excalibur and Renegade are both like that. There they go. Well, folks, another classic Aero roller coaster where somehow they have accomplished it being super rough while traveling in a straight line. It's one of those Aeros. And then there's some other just like ridiculous turns on that thing. The layout is fun, right? And you're kind of off by yourself over there, but oh my gosh, like it's gonna beat you up for sure. If anybody from Minnesota or this area knows what the heck these crazy looking bugs are, let me know in the comments below. All right, we've done all of the rough and exciting things you can do in this back corner, so it's time for us to backtrack back towards the front, and we'll head into Planet Snoopy and check out all of the rides from there all the way back up to the front. All right, we've made it back to Planet Snoopy, where we can really check some things out. I do love the way that they've done the foliage around the park. There's not a lot of trees, not a lot of shade. On a day like today, that's not a big deal. It's pretty fair weather, but I can imagine this place gets pretty hot when things are warm. All right, okay, here we go. What's this ride called? I just see a Planet Snoopy sign. Oh, let's go this way. I bet it'll tell me. Flying Ace Balloon Race. Got a fun Woodstock fountain there. You've got the Peanuts 500, which is like a mini whip ride over here. And then you've got Snoopy's Deep Sea Divers over there, which is just like kind of one of those like school bus rides, but it's submarine themed. And then over on this side, you've got the Cosmic Coaster, which is a little Zamperla kiddie coaster. Off this way, you've got a little kiddie drop tower ride, the Kite Eating Tree. You gotta watch out, that tree will for sure eat your kite. And over here, you've got Peanuts Road Rally. Just for reference, your kite eating tree ride is there. I think we're actually gonna go back up and to the right. There's the entrance to the Flying Ace balloons. Next to that, you've got Sally's Swing Set, which is like a little kiddie swing ride. And then you've actually got a wooden roller coaster over here, just kind of in the middle of this area, the High Roller. So the out and back wooden roller coaster. Oh, there they come. There's a fun sign here in Planet Snoopy about Charles Schulz, the creator of Snoopy. He's actually from this area, so they've got big old history piece right here that talks about his life. Moving past High Roller, you've got Linus Launcher, Linus's Beetle Bugs, and then you've got Snoopy's Rocket Express, which is like this little kind of a monorail, but it's got 2 tracks. You just sit, you can see them coming by over here. Here they come. Just a fun little ride over Planet Snoopy. Nothing too crazy. To the left is Woodstock Whirlybirds, which is like a mini teacups ride. Gosh, this just winds around forever. Oh, these ones got really close to each other up here. You can see High Roller a little bit better back here too. There they go down the first drop. Oh, what we got going on over here? We got like a little Snoopy guy. There he is. This is real pretty over here though. You end up over at Lucy's Tugboat over here. And come across this way, you've got like a family care center there in the back. And then you've got a performance stage that looks like it has a Snoopy themed show at it at select times. Looks like we've reached the end of Planet Snoopy. We've got another train station over here. And then you've got the Snoopy Boutique, which is like probably a big Peanuts themed gift shop.
Please make sure to give a wave each one of them.
And as we walk away from the train station, you run into the Ferris wheel. Another great way to see all of the surrounding areas. There's like a little Planet Snoopy Plaza right here, but it's nothing too crazy. Right outside of the Snoopy Boutique. Oh man, that's a pretty big funnel cake booth. Heck yeah. Right after funnel cakes is the Monster, which is a classic flat ride. Load each one piece by piece, car by car, and then you do a lot of crazy spinning. Across from Monster is the final roller coaster that we've got to check out, which is Corkscrew. And this is one of those classic Aero custom looping coasters. Please, please, please don't be rough. Please, please, please. Let's go ride it. All right, folks, we just rode the Corkscrew, and I know there are a lot of Aero fans out there, and I love Aero for everything they've done for the industry, but it's just another one of those clunky Aeros smacking your head in the over-the-shoulder restraint. But It is not the worst one I've been on, that is for sure. So, and it is a way better arrow than Excalibur down the way. I can say that, but you know, you've got the first drop in the loop, those are okay, and then as soon as the thing has to make a turn, that's when it goes off the rails. But that's really all I'm gonna say about it. We're gonna keep going. I'm glad that's over. And directly ahead you can see the front gate, but over here we've got a ride called the Wave, and it is like an old school shoot the chutes, and it's just like shooting water everywhere. Look at all the water on the main pathway. So not only does it hit that bridge, it shoots all the way across. Insanity. Here they come around the bend, coming to the drop. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. And just to the left of the Wave, which let me tell you, it lives up to the name, is their carousel. I don't know anything about this carousel. Let's see. Don't know if there's any historical significance to it or not. It does definitely look like there probably may be. So the spiel actually just said this was built in 1925, and this is a Philadelphia Toboggan Company carousel. It's really cool. All right, everyone, that does it for this visit to Valleyfair here in Minnesota. This is the first time I've ever been to this park, and I had a really fun time. We were able to kind of knock out everything we wanted to do within, let's say, like 5 hours without rushing. So if that gives you a little bit of an idea, you know, a lot like Nickelodeon Universe, if you have kids, it'll probably take a lot longer. There's a lot of things for families and kids to do here. The park looked really nice, lots of fountains and water features, lots of kind of rock work and foliage and flowers. I really liked that. The only thing is there's not a ton of overall shade, so we got really lucky with the weather today, but I imagine when it's really hot and the sun's really bearing down, it's a little bit rough out here. I would say my favorite roller coaster here was Wild Thing, and the roller coaster that I don't care if I ever rode it again is probably Excalibur, if I had to be honest. Everything else was fine. You know, Renegade had the fun layout. High Roller, the other wooden roller coaster, was actually running really well. Just a nice little family out and back coaster, but overall they got a pretty good, decent little selection of rides here. If y'all have any questions about Valleyfair, let us know in the comments below. We thank y'all for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon at a theme park.